Ahoy there, matey. Unauthorized reproduction of this here media's, or any other booties for that matter, won't be tolerated, whether it be for your jollies or any other jargon. Be prepared to face the King's Royal Fleet for any naysaying or tomfoolery. Aye aye, you be savvy. Warning, this documentary may cause seizures to those with photosensitive epilepsy. Proceed with caution. This one isn't even a joke. The intro is really flashy.
He goes by many names. Well, really just one.
I owe him everything, I tell you.
Jacob Stanaszek may be the smartest man alive. Say what you will, that's a fact.
That kid is a prodigy, man.
Jacob Stanaszek.
Jacob Stanaszek.
Jacob Stanaszek.
Jacob! I'm your biggest fan. Did you read what they wrote about you in the Times?
Reading is for nerds.
He noticed me.
But who is Jacob Stanaszek? And why does he look like that? Well, all I could really find was this Wikipedia page. So I'm just gonna read it out word for word. Jacob is the 107,432,891,237th member of the genus Homo species sapiens. He currently resides on the second biggest nation, Canada, on the fifth biggest planet, Earth, third from star Sol, 8-0-0.025 APC. Local group, Laniakea supercluster. Has one mom, one dad, one brother, and a cat, Nini, after, of course, Friedrich Nietzsche. He just turned 17. Jacob's favorite color is, this one, blue, more so green-blue. One might say teal, hex code 1B7F96. Second favorite color is an olive green. He says it reminds him of a boreal forest. Who does this guy think he is? Jacob's first memory is opening up a LEGO Star Wars Clone Trooper battle pack. Little did he know, being only 4, he was not allowed to open it. This began a legacy that would define the rest of Jacob's life. That is, being, shall we say, rebellious in the most mundane and insignificant of ways. At this point in his life, Jacob had, give or take, this many friends, probably because of his haircut. We did manage to track down one friend of his for an interview. Give it up for Michael. Tell me, Michael, what did you think of this haircut?
Dan TDM was pretty awesome. Think of us going on a Montreal trip and just wandering through the streets. I think of us being in the middle of a forest, looking for rocks. It's getting dark, and we just find this cut full of all these blue gems.
Boring.
I remember this one time we were like hanging out with our friends, and he like locked me in the basement, and like he didn't let me out, and it was like really uncomfortable, and he kind of just left me there for a while. He stands very much for the bit. He wants to live his life not in the way that other people tell him to, but in the way that he finds most enjoyable, and I can respect that.
Jacob has been known to partake in some shenanigans, including, but not limited to, stuffing his locker full of monster cans, bringing friends to a casino in Niagara Falls to fish for coins, or bringing in uranium ore in a grade 9 geography presentation about nuclear waste. I've tried contacting Jacob's legal team, but there seems to be no response. Jumping on frozen rivers, biking 50 kilometers to Hamilton, Ontario during a thunderstorm, embarrassing himself in front of his friends, exploring abandoned places, plus some things that aren't inappropriate but probably wouldn't be wise to mention right now. Despite this, Jacob still has fears of public speaking and heights. When he was about 8ish, he really loved dinosaurs, until he realized that you can't really collect them anywhere here. He just decided to mine crystals instead. Jacob can't drive though, so really it's all thanks to his dad. Thanks, Dad. He's a pretty good drawer, too. Legends say the camera quality on his Android is so bad that that's the only way he can recognize his friends. And teachers, too. But of course, with making a statement comes making enemies.
I hate Jacob Stanaszek.
Cut. As you can imagine, such tremendous and furious backlash has left him isolated from the public. Like a hermit in his humble abode, he makes little public appearances. Apart from the occasional cameo, some say the man's a genius, others say he hasn't willingly read a book in 5 years, and all of his knowledge is surface-level factoids retained from decade-old YouTube videos. Whatever the case may be, he may be one of the greatest thinkers of our time. But he's not dead yet, so we can't slice up his brain into 100 little pieces like we did with Einstein. What truly goes on in his mind, we may never know. There's nothing here.